don't know her title. She said a Super Saturday, they are announcing 2 new Shakeology flavors and 2 new workouts. And she said, you know that we have 2 new trainers coming, right? And this was like a live video she did in a group that I'm in. And she said that one of the new trainers is the person who won the 20s. And then the other new trainer is a trainer that hasn't been announced. And so we don't know who that is. And she said, so there's 2 new workouts and 2 new trainers. So I don't know if both the workouts are from like each one of those trainers is having a new workout or what. But if you're not going to Super Saturday, which I'm going to talk about, but today's the last day you can register a private or an event for Super Saturday. So like if you're not in New Orleans, or however Jessie says it, because I know I'm probably
say it. That's right.
I'm from Illinois, so y'all have to forgive me. But yeah, if you're register a private one, like if you're in Wyoming and you have to drive 6 hours to Super Saturday, register a private one and go. But yeah, I'm super excited for new Shakeology flavors.
Y'all, this is huge. Like, this is massive. Because I just assumed that it was going to be the 20s. So if y'all don't know what the 20s is, because I know some of y'all are new, they did this like reality show on Beachbody On Demand. When was that? Like a few months ago, probably, or maybe even last year. And like the way that they did it was like there were people in their 20s competing to be like the next super trainer. So Beachbody coaches voted for someone to win, and I want to say that girl Meg. I didn't watch the show, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I know that like it was a blonde hair girl. I want to say her name was Megan, right? No, did I make that up? I don't even know her name, but whatever her name is, she won, and she is one of the trainers. But there's also like, I don't know if they maybe pulled someone else from that show, or if they just found a new trainer. I don't know, but this is awesome. Now I'm like more pumped for Super Saturday because I didn't realize that we have 2 new trainers. So that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to give it one more minute and then we're going to get started. And I'll introduce Miss Erin over here. Excuse my voice. All right, y'all. I lost it somewhere. Don't know where it's at. It just went away. Went to a wedding this weekend, so apparently I was like yelling over the music or maybe just singing too loud. You know, we kind of karaoke at our weddings here. So I don't know what was going on, but my voice is like shot. So luckily I'm not really going to be talking much tonight. Erin is going to be sharing, and I know a few more people are going to be hopping on here. So we're going to give it one more minute and then we will get started, and I will let Erin take it away after I introduce her. Okay, so it's 8:02. I'm going to mute. I'm just making sure I mute everybody oops, I don't know what I just did. That's now hopping on. Give me 1 second. Okay, and if anyone else hops on, I'll just mute them because I know that sometimes we got like babies running around and husbands running around, and we don't want to see all that or hear all that, right? Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone that's hopping on now. I already pressed record, so all of this is recorded, but that's fine. So if y'all have any questions, I know some of you, this is y'all's first team call. So welcome to our team call. I'm so excited that y'all are here. I love seeing some new faces on here. And of course, I love seeing all of the old familiar faces as well. Y'all are amazing. So again, y'all, excuse my voice, and I'm probably going to be like coughing and making weird noises all night, but it's fine. I'll just mute myself too. So tonight, before we get started on our team call, just like a few things that we're going to go over, and Erin's going to talk a little bit about some of this stuff too. Super Saturday is this weekend. Okay, if you're in Louisiana, if you're in New Orleans or anywhere in Louisiana, come to our Super Saturday. Hold on, someone's saying that they can't hear us. Can everyone else hear me okay? Okay. If someone can, I know that Casey's on her phone. So if someone can, maybe Ashley, if you can type in the chat box and kind of explain to her how to turn on her mic. She's on her phone. This is her first call. Okay, so Super Saturday is this weekend. If you have not gotten your tickets, if you're in Louisiana, make sure that you get your tickets ASAP. If you're not in Louisiana and you want to go to one, I posted the other day on our team page like it was Team Beachbody 411, where the link to the other Super Saturdays so you can go to one in your area, okay? Make this non-negotiable, y'all. Be at Super Saturday. Some of you just hopped on, and Erin already announced, just told us some really, really awesome news. They're announcing 2 new super trainers. 2. So if y'all thought that you knew that it was just the girl from the 20s, well, y'all were wrong. And so was I, because I thought that too. And they're announcing 2 new Shakeology flavors, which we're hoping they're going to let us try in Punta Cana. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully they let us try them in Punta Cana. So that's really awesome that they're doing that. And they're coming out with 2 new programs. I think she said they're going to announce it at Super Saturday as well. Or maybe they'll just announce the trainers and then the 2 new programs in Punta Cana. Who knows? But be at Super Saturday, make it non-negotiable. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to make sure that everyone knows is the new challenge pack, or not the new challenge pack, but the new promotion that we have going on. So all of you probably are familiar with the All Access Challenge Pack. If you're brand new, what that is access to Beachbody On Demand for an entire year, every program that we have available. So like I just said, the 2 new programs that are coming out this year, if you have All Access or your challengers have All Access, they will automatically get those 2 or 3 programs. So I want to say they're coming out with 3 total this year. They're going to get all those programs plus every single program that we have with Beachbody, okay? Not only do they get that, they get their first month of Shakeology, plus they get the portion fix, or the container system with the meal guide, right? So they get all of that. That was only $200. It started, they started that in December or January. It's been $200, $199 for the last few months. This month only, they lowered the cost to $160. Y'all, take advantage of that. That's like, in my mind, I think Carl Deichler is on drugs. Like, not gonna lie, there's something wrong with Carl Deichler, because that is an insane, and don't tell him I said that. Hopefully he doesn't listen to calls. But I swear, like, it's insane, because think about it, y'all. Shakeology by itself is $130. So when you are selling an All Access Challenge Pack, they're getting a year, pretty much a virtual gym membership for $30 for an entire year, for 12 months, plus a meal plan that they can continue for life. I've been following the meal plan for 3 years. Like, it's just, I don't understand. Like, I don't know what he's on, but just make sure that you are talking to your challengers. So follow up. If you had people telling you no last month, if you had people that were money hesitant, you know, they didn't have the money for it, or they were struggling, or they just didn't commit, go follow up with those people and get excited about it. Don't just post on your Facebook page, y'all, like, Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack's $199, or it was $199, now it's $160. No one knows what Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack. Even if you give them all the details in one post, like, you need to show them Beachbody On Demand. Go live. Talk about what Beachbody On Demand is. Literally physically show them Beachbody On Demand on your iPad, on your phone. Show them how. Talk about the workouts. Talk about how you're able to not go to a gym and you're able to work out from home. Talk about Shakeology. Talk about your nutrition plan. Talk about the challenge groups. Please do not just post like All Access and expect people to want to join you. Share your journey, share your story, all right? Because that's what's going to get people interested. Don't be an infomercial for Beachbody. That's not why they created coaching. They created coaching so we share our journey, not to be infomercials for Beachbody. They have those on TV. You don't have to be that, all right? So I'm going to let Erin take it away after I introduce her, but I just wanted to put that up there in case any of you did have questions about that. Just ask in the little chat box. All right, so let's get to tonight's call. I know that took a few minutes, but I have the lovely, lovely, lovely Erin Shue. This lady is amazing. She is I consider her one of my success partners. I don't know if she considers me one, but I consider her one because she texts me every morning, wakes my butt up. Every single morning she texts me, good morning, gets me out of bed, and she's just someone that I highly, highly respect in this business, and someone that I've looked up to for the longest time. We met last year at Summit, I think, for the first time in person, and then we got to hang out on the cruise. And tonight she's going to be talking about how to get your family, how to get your spouse, to really get the bigger picture in this business, because I know some of you struggle with spouse support. I don't have a spouse, but I have a boyfriend. So I guess you can consider him like my kind of spouse, whatever. And I know that I struggled with this in the beginning too. So she is going to take it away from here. She is a lifetime 1-star diamond. She is a Success Club legend. I believe she said she hit Success Club 36 months in a row. So what that means, Success Club legend, for those of you who are new, you've hit Success Club for 24 months in a row. Well, she's actually done that for like 36, I want to say, is what you said. 26, 36, something like that. It doesn't matter because she's a successful legend. That's what matters, right? So she's helped at least 3 people every month consecutively. All right, that's amazing. Like, mind blown, right? And she's a mom. Look how cute her daughter is. She's a mom. She's a wife. So she's a busy lady, y'all. She's a very busy lady, and she is still successful in this business. So I'm going to let her go so y'all don't have to hear me sound like a man. I'm going to mute myself. If y'all have questions throughout 27. She wrote 27. Okay, sorry, I wrote that down wrong. She's hit Success Club. It doesn't matter. It's still amazing. 27 months in a row. So I'm going to mute myself so she can take it away. And if y'all have any questions throughout the call, make sure you chat in the little chat box. If you're on the phone, we will unmute you at the end if you have questions. So take it away, Erin.
Hey guys, I tried to bribe my kids upstairs, but it didn't work, obviously. So I have 4 kids. I was just going to tell you guys a little bit about me and my husband so you can kind of understand the whole picture, and then how he was totally a skeptic and then what changed. So we have 4 kids. TJ was in the military for 16 years, multiple deployments. He's a disabled combat veteran. And we now live in Illinois. Of course, with the military, we lived all over, but we now live in Illinois, which is my home, like where I grew up. And I'm a super fast talker too. So just tell me to slow down if I'm like, and when I started with Beachbody, I had no intention of ever coaching. I signed up solely for the discount, and that was it. No intention of ever coaching. I was running 2 online businesses, not other MLMs, an online cloth paper store, and then a pre-order business as well. And so I had no time. I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning and went to bed at midnight, working nonstop with those businesses. And so, stuff happened, and I started losing weight, and people asked me what I'm doing. And then coaching, basically, I was a discount coach. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll give this a try. And then, so all that happened, and I told TJ, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give coaching a try. And he basically rolled his eyes at me because I'd been Mary Kay, Tupperware, everything, like everything possible, like even It Works, for real, y'all. And I mean, I didn't really sell it, but I bought the stuff and signed up, and it was like, okay, not doing this. But anyways, never stuck with anything at all. And when I signed up, when I bought 21 Day Fix, the discount coach, I didn't even tell my husband. I just bought it because I knew he would say, you've tried everything out there as far as losing weight. What makes this different? And so after I lost some weight, I told him, and then I said I wanted to start coaching, and he said it was a pyramid scheme. Even when we were on the cruise, he was saying it was a pyramid scheme. He wouldn't go out. He stayed in the room the first 3 days. Jesse can tell you, I'd be out by myself because he's like, I'm not hanging out with your pyramid scheme friends. Like, I'm telling you, then that 3rd or 4th day, something just clicked. And he came out and he went to dinner, with other people and on our team, and just kind of, started hanging out and being comfortable. He does have PTSD, like takes medicine. So that does prevent him from hanging out with people, but that doesn't explain the whole him saying, oh, this is just a pyramid scheme. And I would always say I'm a really blunt, upfront person. I think that's why me and Jesse get along so well, is I would always say, okay, well, that pyramid scheme deposits money into your bank account every Thursday. And, you know, so I would just always say that. And then on the cruise, something just switched and he's like, this is the real thing, a real way for us to get out of debt and pay off our bills. We've done amazing things with Beachbody, and since I will talk a little bit about income, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income or success. You have to work your butt off. So, whatever your work you put in is what you're going to receive. So now he's, going to Punta Cana with me. Our closest Super Saturday is 2 hours away. I live in Central Illinois, which is like Central Louisiana, if you can imagine, like in the boonies. And the closest Super Saturday is 2 hours away. So I have to drive 2 hours. We have to figure out what to do with our 4 kids because he can't keep them overnight because of his medication. So, and all this stuff. And you just sometimes have to say, okay, this is important to me. So what did I do when he was a skeptic and I have some notes because I get excited and forget what I'm going to say. You just have to sit down and talk to them and tell them why it is important to you, and just ask them to give you a year in this business and do everything that you're supposed to do. Do your vitals, read your personal development, share your story on Facebook, invite, post it on Facebook, because I know Jesse tells you guys is not inviting. So you have to reach out to people, connect with people, form relationships, and do that for a year. And I was going to play this song, but I totally forgot. If, don't believe me, just watch. Seriously, just prove to them that you prove them wrong. If they say you're not going to be successful, prove to them that you will be successful. I'll never forget when we first got married, we had all kinds of people tell us we weren't going to be, we weren't going to stay married, and all this stuff. Well, now we've been married for 19 years almost. So just prove them wrong. But one big thing that changed for us was sit down and talk to them about what hours you want to work the business and what hours, and have them call you out on it. Because when they start getting moody with you, most of the time they feel like the business is intruding on their time or on your family time. And be okay with them saying, hey, babe, you said you'd be done at 3 p.m. every day or 5 p.m. every day. Why are you on your computer? And say, well, I have a team call tonight. We do team calls every Monday night. So Monday nights I am going to be on for an hour. And then, when the team call's over at 9 o'clock, get off and spend time with your kids, get them in bed, and, all that kind of stuff. So, and then the other thing I was going to say is your family will also be one of the last people to support you sometimes. They can be. And my mom probably was one of the soonest ones to sign with me. And I just told her, hey, Mom, this is important to me. Our family is full of obesity. And my dad just passed away at 59 in December. So of obesity. And, our family, that's a huge family trend. So for my family, I'm like, we need to get healthy. We need to do this together. Just try it out with me for 30 days. And, if it doesn't work for you, return it. Just give me your feedback for 30 days. And then, if it doesn't work for you, let them know about the guarantee. So I've signed my mom. My dad, before he passed away, was signed. My sister was signed. I'm working on my brother still. He's a huge skeptic, but, just tell them why it's important to you. And the biggest thing for TJ that switched was that live event. And that doesn't mean that you have to qualify for those huge trips. Get him to go with you for Super Saturday. Get on the website after we get off this call and register for a private Super Saturday. Even if you're going to the New Orleans Super Saturday, you can still register for a private Super Saturday and let them watch the video with you if you can't get them to go to that Super Saturday. Because I understand with kids, you don't want to drag 4 kids to a Super Saturday. But, so the biggest thing is live events. Get them to live events. Get them, seeing the action. You guys' summit is in New Orleans. you have no excuse not to go to Summit. I mean, I have to pay $400 for a plane ticket alone, plus hotel, plus talk my mom into taking care of these kids, and yeah, you'll have to find somebody to watch your kids. But, if you're in New Orleans, get to Super Saturday or get to Summit and get to Super Saturday and just get to those live events and get your husband to go to those live events with you, or even part of Summit, the opening, the closing, whatever. And that will change their mindset on this business. If they hear Carl talk for 30 seconds, that will change their mindset on this business. Once they hear your passion, like I wasn't always this crazy, but the more passionate and the more success I have in this business, the more passionate I get with it. And make sure you have to think about why you're doing this and let them know why you're doing this. And Jesse knows this, but Maddie has tons of medical issues. She has shots every night. Those shots alone cost $10,000 a month. And yeah, my husband has really good insurance, but part of my why for this business is if one day insurance says they're not going to pay for that, I can be like, no big deal, we'll pay for it. I mean, we're obviously not at that point yet, but at some point we will be, no big deal, insurance is okay. But, yeah, so I mean, she has she is really a huge part of my why, because being able to take off and drive an hour to her doctor's appointments and not have to ask a boss to take off work is a huge thing. Okay, you can have some peanuts. But yeah, so I mean, basically my whole thing is that we'll flip the switch is get them to live events and sit down and talk to them about your work hours and sit down and talk to them about why you're doing this. Are you doing this to get you healthier? Are you doing this to get your family debt free? Are you doing this so you can buy your dream house? Which we bought our dream house with our, showing my Beachbody income. We wouldn't be sitting in this house without Beachbody. And that's why I said the income statement. So, but that's really all I have. If you guys have questions, let me know. But we'll go ahead and stop rambling.
Thank you, Erin. Sorry again, my voice. Seriously, thank you so much. Cause y'all, the thing, like she said, if you're gonna be successful in this business, you have to have support. You have to have them understand why you want to do this. So if you don't know why you want to do this, that's where you have to start. You have to start with your why. Figure out why you want to do it and sit down and tell them why. I know for me, I had to do that. And I don't even live with my boyfriend. So it's a little bit easier for me because I am at home. He's not here. But he knows, in the beginning it was hard because I am the person that says, oh, I'm going to get off at 5. And then I'm on my computer or on my phone when I hear my message go off, right? But this year, and literally probably the last year and a half, I've been really trying to kind of make him understand. And his was the same thing. He went to the cruise and it was a light bulb. Y'all, he wouldn't try Shakeology. He wouldn't even take a sip of my Shakeology for almost 2 years. When I started coaching, and I would make it, and he'd be over. I'd be like, here, you want to take a sip? No, I don't want that. And I'm like, all right. The week before we left for the cruise, he randomly was over here and he's like, can I have a packet of cafe latte? And ask anyone on the team. I was like, pigs are flying. Tyler wants to try Shakeology. Something's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. But y'all, it's because he didn't want to be the only person that had never tried Shakeology on the cruise. He straight up said that. He's like, I don't want to be the only person that's not drinking Shakeology on the cruise ship. And he thought he was very similar. Tyler's not a very outgoing person unless he knows you. And he was afraid that he wasn't going to make friends on the cruise. And he was very hesitant. But I also feel like guys think that this is just a girl business. Because we talk about being girl bosses. And we talk about, this is a girl thing. We have our women empowering one another and our tribe. And like, that's not words that they use. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, my fellow girl bosses, right? Like that's not how they speak. So when they see us doing it, they're like, there's no way I could do that. Or there's no way or maybe they don't want to do that. Tyler does not want to be like an active coach, which is totally fine. And I don't think Erin's husband like actively posts, right? Yeah, so don't push that on them. If they don't want to do that, that's okay. But get them to a live event and sit them down and just tell them why you want to do this. You know, I told him like why I wanted to do this, what I envisioned for, you know, a year from now. And I was like, give me 1 year. Like Erin said, give me 1 year. But in that year, y'all, I poured everything into it. I didn't just say, give me a year and then just like dilly-dally and like put my toe in and put my toe out. Like I wanted to show him what a year could do in the business instead of being a year in and being like, I kind of did it, kind of, sort of. Like, no, I showed him what income I could make in a year. And he was like, okay, well, you know, you weren't even a full-time coach then. So like, yeah, it wasn't where I wanted to be, but I made a full-time income. I made the same as my best friend who's a teacher full-time, you know, and like, he understands it now, but I had to, if I never had that conversation, it would have been a fight all the time. Get off your phone when you say you're going to get off your phone. I've been trying my best to do that. When I'm at dinner, I'm not on my phone. Like I turn my phone on vibrate so I don't even hear the bing go off, because when I hear it, it's like a reaction. I just grab it. So turn your phones on vibrate when you're at dinner. You know, if they have hobbies, like if they play video games, if they go hunting, if they do certain things that you don't necessarily want to do or you're excited about, you know, tell them and don't treat this like a hobby. Don't be like, this is my hobby, because they're going to look at that as a hobby. But, you know, if they play video games or if they are hunting all the time and they're complaining that you're not spending time with them, then y'all both need to come to some type of agreement on what they're doing as well and what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, kind of but you'll have to sit down and have that conversation, because if you don't, it's never going to go anywhere. Okay, Erin, someone asked, how do you have time to sit down and focus with 4 kids running around?
Okay, and one thing I want to say is TJ, one thing I forgot to mention is he's actually now, and like this is part of the full circle thing, he'll come to me and say, so-and-so at work wants to try Shakeology, or so-and-so at work, you know, has 21-day fix, but they don't have a coach. Can you text me how I sign them as a customer and stuff? And I mean, excuse me, he doesn't actively coach. I mean, he'll sign them as customers under his account and then stick them in my challenge group. But, and I do all the work. Jesse, you're passing me your stuff. And then the other thing, and then I'll answer Sarah's question. There's an app called Unplug. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's free on iPhone. You put your phone in airplane mode and you unplug. And I'm a really huge competitive person. I think that's why I hit Success Club, is because, and then when Jesse's at 20 and I'm like at 18, I'm like, Jesse? And I don't even text her and tell her that. But, you know, but yeah, so this will help you, because at first it has you unplug for 25 minutes. And then, you know, and you can go in and shut it off if you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to call my kids' school, they're sick today or whatever, you know, but then it'll tell you next time you unplug for 25 minutes, next time, let's shoot for 30 minutes this time. And so you can do that, and it's this big red screen. So you don't really, it's not like, oh, I said I was going to be off my phone for these hours, and you just unlock it and you see, and it's in airplane mode. So you're not going to see all these messenger things pop up. And the other thing that I've done before, and I just turned it back on, was I turned off my messenger notifications, because I'd be cooking dinner and I'd get a response, okay, I'm ready to join, send me the information so I can do it. And I'd stop cooking dinner to send this person information. But you know what? You don't want that person in the challenge group to be in the middle of the grocery store and not bring her book. You know, we want people to be self-sufficient. So, you know, if they wait 5 minutes, they'll still be there in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes. So what Sarah asked was, when I started this business, I only had one at home. My kids are 15. He just got his learner's permit. And then 13. And my third one turned 8 yesterday. And then Maddie, who's here, is 5. And so they're all in school now. But like next week's spring break. So what I'll do on spring break when all 4 are home is I will, the teenagers, you just give them their phones and they're fine. But the little 2, I'll get, puzzles out, and I'll have multiple things out. I'll get puzzles out, which will last like 30 minutes. And then we'll do something. I'll work for 30 minutes, and then we'll do something for like an hour. And then for 30 more minutes, I'll get kinetic sand out. I have a lot of like fun things like that. And just various things that they can do. Play-Doh. I hate electronics. I don't even watch TV myself. So I try and not stick them in front of the TV, even though the teenagers are on their phones. But yeah, just try and get them busy with an activity. You know what your kids do, and just, say, okay, I have 30 minutes. I'm going to do all my follow-ups in 30 minutes. Then I have another 30-minute chunk of time. I'm going to do all my invites, see how many invites I can get in. And another app I use, it's called 3030. And I think Jesse maybe even told me, somebody told me about it. And you can set it. Let me see if I can pull it up where y'all can see it. Okay, I can't find it. But you can set it. It's 30-minute intervals. And you can set it for like invite, and then you try and beat the timer. And like I said, I'm competitive, so I try and beat that timer. And then you can set the next 30 minutes will be inviting. And then you can set the next 30 minutes will be your lunch. And then next 30 minutes, play with the kids, or what, you set it for what you want every 30 minutes. So you can do your schedule for the day on that app, and you're changing an activity every 30 minutes. So I use that as well. So that, I don't know if that helps at all, Sarah, but just try and find activities that they like, and just realize that some days we have bad days and our kids do too. So some days they're going to act like, I'll get along and I'll be peaceful. That never happens in this house. And some days they're going to be like climbing the walls, coloring with permanent marker on the wall. You're going to have to get the paint bucket out, and it's going to be like, where did these kids come from? But my favorite quote is, I just realized that these are my monkeys and this is my circus. And I created this. So, just give yourself grace, because each season of the kids won't last forever. Pretty soon they'll be 15 and driving, and you'll think you need a drink every time you come home. So
what's that app called that you were just saying?
The 3030 app, that one.
Yeah.
And then Unplugged is the one to get you to unplug.
Okay. I didn't tell you about that app because I don't know about it, but now I'm going to use it.
I have it. I can't find it on here, but I had problems with my messenger the other day, and I had somebody on Friday. I was trying to lock in Success Club 10, and I had somebody trying to order, and it wasn't letting me open it. So Messenger wouldn't pull up, so I deleted a bunch of apps. So I think I might have actually deleted it because I don't work.
Fine. I'll find it. I like that though. And y'all, like, I mean, I've never used the Unplug app either, but look, they have an app for everything, literally. So, like Erin was saying, the 3030 app, that's awesome. Schedule out, like she said, if you're going to set business hours, like set business hours for yourself, but also to talk to your family. Like, I know I had gone live. I'm almost positive I went live. And if not, I shared the video from Melanie Mitro's speech at New Leader Conference. And she plans out her entire week, from everything from the time she showers to the time she spends with her family. And literally, like, y'all, if you go on, she uses Google Calendars, but she showed us her calendar, and it was like blocks of time. So she had, her every morning at 6 a.m. It was her workout and her shower. Like she put workout, shower. And then, she had her, if she had like set things throughout the week, like her kids' karate or, things like that, she would put in. And then she said every Sunday she would sit down and kind of like rearrange her schedule. Like, if she noticed that she didn't spend enough time inviting, or if she didn't spend enough time on her business, or maybe she wanted to dedicate a little bit more time to her team. Like she set those times, and change things around, but she scheduled everything, and then even scheduled in her family time. And I know that sounds like okay, well, like that's a lot to schedule in. But if that's what you need to do to like be organized and to stay on track, then do that. And share that with your family, share that with your spouse. Be like, look, this is my schedule for the week. Put it on a calendar, like on your board, Monday nights. I have team calls every Monday night. So Tuesday night can be our date night, and we can, I'm going to be unplugged. Family time is from 6 to 10, and then if you're awake at 10 o'clock and you want to do work after your family time, then do work, but don't work in those hours that you say you're not going to work. And like be kind of stern with your hours too. Like if you say that your business hours, if you work all day and your business hours are from, I don't even know, 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. If they come in, hey, you want to watch TV? Hey, no, I'm working on my business. Because if you are lax in it, then they're going to think it's not important. Or if you say like, Monday nights are my team calls, and they're like, oh, but it's my best friend's grandma's birthday dinner. Sorry, I can't go. Like, my team calls are on Monday night. And remember, this is why this is important to me, right? So if you're a little bit stern with your business hours, like, and you make them realize that, okay, she's like really serious about it. Like that's what I had to do. I was like, look, like Monday nights are my team calls. So he doesn't even ask me, like he just knows. He doesn't even ask me anymore, like, what's going on? What are you doing tonight? Like today he was like, so you have your team call. How are you going to talk? You can't speak. I'm like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Like he knows. Okay. So, you just have to get into that habit of making this also a priority, but don't make it a priority over your family. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to balance it out. We don't want you like fighting with your spouses or fighting with your kids because you're not spending enough time with them. That's not what this business is supposed to do. It's supposed to give you more freedom to be able to spend time with them. But then sacrifice the TV. Don't watch TV for an hour when you could be working, and then it gives you more time because you're not working for 2 hours, you're working for an hour, and then you have an hour to spend with your family or spend with your kids or spend with your spouse. Does anyone else have any questions for Erin or for me or for anybody? Do you want me to unmute? I know some people are on the phone. I'm going to unmute the people on the phone. Do you have any questions? Oh, they're unmuted. I don't know if y'all have questions. Okay, so I'll mute you back because I don't think you'll have any questions. Anyone have any questions? No? Are we good? All right. Well, thank you so much, Erin. Seriously, you are amazing. I love you. I will not see you. You're in Teal Wave, huh? I will not see you at Punta Cana. It makes me so sad.
No, I'll have to text you and find out when you're flying in. Maybe we'll like see each other at the airport.
Yeah, we fly in on Thursday at, I think we land at like 4. Me and Ashley and Christy. I don't know if you see them. They're down there somewhere. So yeah, so we have, that's another thing, y'all. We have our Success Club trip coming up, and I know I get messages every time we go on Success Club trips being like, how do I get there next year? I want to be at the next one. And it's totally possible for you to be at the next one if you're hitting Success Club. Like, I don't tell you to hit Success Club because I think it's fun. Like, I tell you to hit Success Club because it's important, and it's important for your business. I do want to say something too. I posted in our team page, and I'll comment underneath this too because I just want to make sure that it's clear. I posted in our team page the other day saying, Success Club's a priority. Whoever hits Success Club gets $100 this month, right? Well, think about it. I'm not giving you $100. That's what you're making on commission, plus more than that. All right? So I'm not physically giving you $100. It was supposed to be like a, haha, gotcha, right? But it was supposed to make you understand the bigger picture. Like, man, like she's right. You're going to make over $100. You're going to make $150 if you sell 3 challenge packs, all right? Because right now, the all access is $50. So you're going to cover your Shakeology costs. You're going to cover your business fee, your coach business fee, if you pay one, if you're not military. And you're going to make extra money. Like your Shakeology is $100. Your business fee is $115. So 150 minus 115. Ashley can do the math because I don't do math. We all know that. I'm really bad at math. But you're going to make some money. All right. You're going to make some extra commission. So I am not giving you $100. But you can give yourself $100. You can give yourself $150 by helping 3 people. And we want you at that Success Club trip. Like she said, Success Club trips are so important, not just for you, but for the people you bring. Like my first Success Club trip was like a huge like wake up call for me because I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I get to go to Cancun for free. Like awesome. But, and I was a guest of another coach. And I was like when I got there, it was just, it's so different. Like I hadn't been at Summit yet. This was like my first real, like I had gone to Super Saturdays, but our Super Saturdays here were super small. So like the Success Club trip was something that like you get to meet people on like it's a vacation. Like it's not like we're running around like at Summit. If you've ever been to Summit, you're literally running around like a crazy person, like a chicken with its head cut off because there's so much going on. It's an awesome thing to do though. So go to Summit. But like being at Summit and being on these trips are just two totally different vibes. Like your people are just a lot more relaxed. I mean, they're on vacation, but you get to like really connect with people. You get to talk to people on like a more intimate level, and you just get to see the bigger picture of things. So why I tell you Success Club is important isn't just because of the free prizes every month. And it's not just because of the vacations either. It's because we want you to help people. But that's just an incentive. And you can bring your husband. You can bring, the people that are doubting the business so that they can see the bigger picture and that they can understand like, wow, this is legit. Like this is something that, and it's not, you don't have to be. Ashley's going on her second, she already registered for next year's trip, y'all. And she hasn't been coaching, not even 2 years, or are you about to be 2 years? She's about to be 2 years in. I registered my trip for next year to Mexico is paid for already. It's done. It's paid for. It's my 4th trip. I haven't been coaching for 4 years. I make 3 years in May. Like, you can be on that trip. Just if you're brand new, you can be on that trip. You just have to hit Success Club. You have to help people, okay? And one perk, like what Erin, for being a Success Club legend, she gets to register early for the trips, okay? So that's why, again, it's so important you're hitting Success Club every single month. Success Club legends get to register, I think, after elite and premier coaches, and they don't just like invite anyone to the trip, y'all. You have to be hitting Success Club. You have to be helping people. You don't have to have crazy numbers. You don't have to have Success Club 20 every month. Help 3 people every month. That's all you need. All right. Does anyone else have any questions? Erin, is there anything else you want to add?
Not that I can think of. I mean, just make a schedule and talk to them about it. That's the biggest thing. And for me, my schedule's different every day. And I kind of do what Melanie does. I have the High Achievers Playbook, and either during my miracle morning or the night before, and truthfully, it's usually during my miracle morning because I don't think well at night, I'll write down, okay, 6 to 6:30 workout, 6:45 or 6:30, 6:45 shower, 6:45 to 7:30 kid time, which is just shoving food in their face and getting them on the bus. And then, write out when I'm gonna do my power hour, and on a checklist writing, I use Teamsy, but I still write it out so I can mark it off, and writing out when I'm gonna do things, and even include lunch and buffer time in between those. So I use multiple things to keep me on task. And the other thing I do is I kill my news feed. If you use Google Chrome, you can add an extension, and I'm sure Jesse can show you all how to do this in the team page, but kill your news feed, because it is you can scroll your news feed when you're going to the bathroom. You can scroll your news feed on your phone when you're, sitting in pickup line, whatever. But when you're working, you need to be intentional with that time. So killing your news feed so you're actually inviting and going to people's pages and connecting has really helped me too. So that's it.
All right. Last chance to ask questions. Does anyone have any questions? Allison, are you raising your hand or are you just covering your face? Okay. I didn't know if you were like raising your hand. I had someone the other day on a call raise their hand. I was like, are you raising? Like they were literally like this. And I was like, are you raising your hand? Because I was like, I've never had anyone like raise their hand. It was kind of funny. All right. So thank you so much, y'all, for getting on. Thank you, Erin. Seriously, you're amazing. I know that I took a lot from that because I know that I have to get better with prioritizing my time and letting, putting more time towards my family and I don't know what to call him. He's not a spouse, whatever he is. My man, my boo thing. And yeah, so I know that I need to do that, but I hope that some of you got a lot out of this because I know a lot of you struggle with this. Again, y'all, go to Super Saturday. Make that and bring your husband with you. Bring your husband. Y'all, Tyler's first Super Saturday was the last Super Saturday we had, and he did not want to go. And I told him it was important for me, and he sat there with a big smile on his face, and he went the whole time. He didn't work out, but he went. I got him to go. Like, that's a first. That's a big deal, okay? So try and get them to go to those things. If you can, bring them with you. Make it non-negotiable because, again, y'all, there's huge news being made at Super Saturday that you're not going to want to miss. So be there. Get to one. Make it non-negotiable. Hit Success Club. Make it non-negotiable. Like I want our leaderboard to be as bigger than it's ever been because I know it's possible with this freaking deal. I'm telling y'all, Carl Eichler is on some type of drug with this deal. So, show him that there's something wrong with him and that you're able to help all kinds of people this month. Okay, 3 people. We all know 3 people. Go back and message people that told you no. Make Success Club non-negotiable. I'm already at Success Club 2. I'm going to be at Success Club 10 by the end of the week. That's non-negotiable for me. Non-negotiable, all right? So make it non-negotiable. Be at those Success Club trips with me. I want y'all to be with me. I don't want to be by myself. I want y'all to be with me, all right? So I want to just say thank you for everything, for being on tonight, for getting on. Let us know if you have questions. Once I hit Success Club, y'all, I am willing to help you with your conversations, okay? So if you're struggling, and did this last month, and a lot of our team had really, really good feedback this way, send me your messages if you're struggling and you're like, I don't know what to say to this person. Now, I'm not going to do that every single month, especially if you've been coaching for 2 years and you should know how to have conversations. But if you're new and you need help and you're like, I have no idea what to say to this person, ask me. I know how to talk to people. It's a learning process. And it's funny when people send me conversations and send them what I would say back. They're like, you're so good at this. And I'm like, no, I just had a lot of practice. I had a ton of practice because I talked to so many people. So if you need the help, y'all, please reach out to me. Again, I focus on hitting Success Club first. So don't wait for me to push for it. Start pushing now. Don't wait till the last day of the month. Start pushing now. Invite people to a challenge group. And get there. Make it non-negotiable. All right. So I love you all. Thank you so much again, Erin. If y'all have any questions after this call for Erin, please don't flood her inbox asking a bazillion questions. Let me know. I can pass it along. I mean, I'm not telling you can't message her and tell her thank you and how awesome she is and follow her page and follow her cute kids and all her posts, but don't flood her inbox. Message me, ask me questions. All right. I'd be more than happy to answer them. So if y'all have anything that y'all can think of after this call, just let me know. All right. So I hope y'all have a great night. We're getting off a little early. You got 10 minutes. So if you have family time after this, do 10 minutes of work. 10 minutes of messages. You can message 4 people or probably more than that. All right. So I love y'all. Good night. We will talk later. I will see some of you at Super Saturday. Hopefully the ones that are in Louisiana, I will see all of you at Super Saturday. All right. We'll talk later. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Erin.
No problem.